It was an opportunity that Professor Jane Visvader couldn't resist. In 1998, while she and her collaborator and husband, Professor Jeff Lindeman, were working in Boston, the pair was invited back to Australia to establish the breast cancer laboratory at WEHI.
It represented a unique opportunity to try and apply the lessons and strategies that I had learnt researching blood cells and leukemia to breast cancer.
5 years of research led to one of the lab's and the field's most significant discoveries. They identified and isolated the breast stem cell capable of giving rise to the entire mammary gland.
And this was truly a eureka moment. It meant that we had this framework to understand the cell that lies at the very apex of everything and how it then gives rise to cells in a regulated fashion to yield the entire ductal system that constitutes breast tissue.
This framework opened the door to answering questions not only about normal breast development, but also about breast cancer risk.
We were then able to ask, what are the earliest cellular changes that occur in women that are at high risk of developing breast cancer?
Women with the BRCA1 mutation have up to 70% lifetime risk of developing breast cancer and up to a 40% risk of developing ovarian cancer. Professor Visvader's team discovered that progenitor or daughter cells are the culprits in these mutation carriers.
So they really have to be in that cancer state before they... This actually represented a paradigm shift because it had long been thought that the basal stem cell was the cellular origin of cancers arising in these women.
They found that these progenitor cells could be targeted by an existing drug, commonly used to treat osteoporosis.
We've gone one step further and been able to take these findings to a clinical trial.
She hopes the clinical trial will pave the way for more preventative interventions for women at high risk of breast cancer.
In the case of BRCA1 and BRCA2 carriers, there are very few options available for prevention aside from bilateral mastectomy. And so it is very important to come in with a targeted therapy that would buy these women time with the hope of totally preventing the formation of breast cancers.
Here, where you've got the chance of tumour cells.
In one of her team's other key discoveries, they found that breast stem cells, despite lacking the typical sensors for female ovarian hormones, are remarkably sensitive to them.
This was an important finding because we know there are years of epidemiological data showing that sustained exposure to female hormones is a great breast cancer risk.
Outside of her research achievements, Professor Visvader says she's most proud of giving back to the next generation.
I've had the opportunity to supervise really talented postdocs and students in the lab over the last 20-25 years, and they have gone on to successful independent careers as scientists.
Her own outstanding career has now seen her awarded the Ruby Payne Scott Medal.
I hope it serves as an inspiration for young, early career females to strive for the best and not to give up.